Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to record some Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. This backer beta just went live a couple days ago. It's very rough around the edges and towards the center in some cases. I'm going to just sort of walk through a little bit of character creation, just show off a couple quick things, talk about some of the changes and mechanics that are new and different in this sequel. Pillars of Eternity 1, excuse me, with both expansions. One of my favorite role-playing games of all time, PC role-playing games. So I backed this. I'm very excited. I was excited enough to drop $20 and buy my way into the backer beta just to have a chance to, get a sense for where they're heading and maybe even offer my thoughts on the backer forum, which are full of people with opinions. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let's jump into new game. The difficulty stuff is all here. Level scaling, if you want to have expert mode on to have fewer helper features available, then that's an option. And then you have Trial of Iron, which is like hardcore mode. I'm going to have level scaling on. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, start game. Now, the beta is a small slice of the game, and it puts you at level 6. I don't know what the actual level content area will be when you play the full version, but like Pillars of Eternity 1's beta, I'm guessing it's not going to be a big spoiler. The companions aren't even in. There's actually mechanics and features that aren't implemented yet. And we don't really know what's going on in this part of the story too well anyway, so we'll kind of feel it out, go from there, but I don't think that watching and I'm especially not going to play too much. I'm just going to mostly go through like character creation, talk about mechanics. So it should be fairly safe to watch even if you don't want to see anything at all about the game. Most things at least. Alright, so character creation starts off fairly normal, fairly regular. Pick a sex and race, and the race, I have noticed that races have sub-races, which is cool, but it doesn't seem like, at least so far, the sub-race does anything different than what the base race provides. For example, Amua are a cool looking kind of oceany race, commonly found in or near the oceans, and they get +2 might, which is cool. And you can be an island or a coastal, but there seems to be nothing different about them except for a little bit of flavor, which is totally fine. But I do hope that we see, because even the first pillars, I think there were some differences between the sub races. So all right, moving on. Now, this is where things get kind of crazy. We can multi-class now, and I've done this, and I'll show it off briefly once I go through a single class. It's really cool so far, and I'm curious to see where they end up taking it. It's fun enough that I think I may want a single or a multi-class character in my first real game, but I'm not sure about that because you will end up not having all the highest level stuff for your class, spells and abilities, and that's kind of the fun part too. So, but it's Pillars of Eternity. You can always create one custom character, make a multi-class, see how it goes. All right, single class. Here's other classes. One big change that is not appreciated from the majority, at least, of the community is the lack of feats. It seems like in the first game, just to refresh your memory, you'd level up and you'd occasionally pick a feat. Would be something like a defense against a certain type of attack, or a bonus with certain types of weapons, or maybe it would be bonus damage with fire, things like that. And then, of course, you also have class feats as well, so that's where like a druid would pick that his wild form did more damage, or things like that. Well, they've rolled a lot of those up into individual class features. So, like, you can see there's an ability tree button here now. Let's take a look at the druid. So, like, the wild strike bonuses for your druid's forms are now just a thing you pick on this ability tree. and that's fine because it's not much different than before. But the problem is the generic ones are no longer around. Things like making it faster to swap weapons in combat. I mean, that's still a thing, but only fighters can get it now. And I think people feel like it hurts the variety of your character builds. I mean, outside of multi-classing, and no one wants to feel like you have to multi-class in order to get like a wide variety of neat things to pick from when you level up, which I agree with. Like Wizard is a good example, and no, Wizard is probably the best example because they only have spells. Like when you level up, you can pick a spell. That's neat, but that's all you could pick is spells, and you kind of wanted to get those anyway. So there's like no way to go. Well, I'm gonna be really good at fire spells. Now there are, however, subclasses, which I think is new. Subclasses are kind of neat. They give you a bonus and a penalty. So while you can no longer pick, like fire spells do 20% more damage, you can be an evoker. So there's a chance that when you cast a damaging evocation spell, it could echo and reapply itself instantaneously, which is a cool idea. You do lose access to a couple schools. All of them have that penalty. And increased recovery time for anything that's not in your school. So, for example, if you're an evoker and you want to cast an illusion spell, maybe it's going to take a little longer to cast that next spell after that. So that's kind of how that works for Wizard. And they all have subclasses. And some of the subclasses seem really cool, and some of them seem like they lean a little bit too harsh on the penalty for the bonus you get. But again, it's the beta, so we expect that we're going to probably see a lot of changes and tweaks to this stuff. I think this is cool. You're gonna see when I level up once I start playing, because I'll be able to level to 6 immediately, and I'll touch on it again there. But it just feels like there's not as much stuff to do when you level up, which is a bummer. So I'm gonna make a character. Let's make a paladin. I like paladins have a lot of cool abilities to pick from, and I haven't seen them yet in the second game, so we'll just make one of these guys. Again, subclass selection. You got your sort of standard. You know what? Actually, I have noticed just now that paladins don't seem to have an option to not have a subclass, which kind of makes sense. So I have already looked through these. I'll let you guys sort of pause and take a gander if you like. Some of these have a cool bonus, but the penalty is a little rough, like reducing your maximum zeal, which of course is your resources to use your paladin abilities. That could be kind of rough. I'm going to make a shield bearer of Saint Elka. I like the idea of starting the game with land hands, and having it prevent the target from being killed for a short time, and being able to engage an extra character if I have a shield equipped. And not being able to use it on myself is maybe not a big deal. We'll find out. Maybe it'll be terrible. I'll have more potions for that guy, maybe. Okay. Alright, now I get to start by picking an ability. I can pick Sworn Enemy, and they have one of the changes that they've done, and I appreciate a lot. I do like a lot of the new UI elements here. They're more colorful and they look nicer, and in the case of abilities, they're a little easier to read. So here you've got Sworn Enemy, takes half second to cast, and there's no recovery time. It's loud, so if you're trying to be quiet, it's going to probably alert people to your presence, probably because you're shouting at them. Marks an enemy as the focus of the Paladin's Righteous Fury, granting bonus accuracy and damage against the target until the combat ends, the target goes down. That's pretty awesome. Flames of Devotion, it's got a keyword of fire, which is important if you're fighting a guy who's weak to fire, I guess. Full attack is used, and it just changes your weapon to burn damage. Doesn't seem like it does extra damage, but maybe I'm missing something there. So I'm going to pick Sworn Enemy because I like it. I like them both, actually. Here's one change. A lot of this is going to look a little different to people who are used to Pillars of Eternity's character creation anyway, but they still retain the gold and silver notation for what is desired and what's critical for this particular class. There's been some feedback that's a little hard to see. I don't think it's hard to see. I noticed it right away when I was playing, but I guess when you put it on the left-hand side and you're looking at the right to spend points, I can kind of see that maybe. They should maybe put it here. Would be better. Okay, let's put some points in Might, Constitution, Intelligence, and Resolve. Okay. I do like, by the way, before I click off of it, I like that they have a definition for the different values for all the different stats. I thought that was kind of a nice touch. Where are we from? Okay, well, like sex and race and class and your culture can influence dialogue options, so it's worth looking into. Plus, you do get an extra point of some kind of stat for most of them. I like the living lands, but let's pick maybe something new. See if I can see something pop up on a dialogue option I didn't see when I was playing briefly earlier. And then your background job gives you some default skills. So let's say I was a laborer or a mercenary or a priest. I'll pick priest. It's kind of a neat background for a paladin. This is new. Oh, by the way, there's quite a few more skills than there were in the last game. We'll take a look at that in a bit. Okay, so weapon types, proficiencies. This is kind of a cool concept, and I hope that they do more with this as the beta rolls on. I mean, it's fine the way it is, but I feel like there's an opportunity here. What happens is if you have no proficiency with a weapon type, nothing happens. You just use it like normal. But if you have proficiency with a weapon type, every weapon proficiency gives you a cool ability you get to actually utilize if you have that weapon equipped and have that proficiency. So if, for example, I picked Saber, I'd have Windmill Slash. By swinging the saber with great arcing strikes, gain penetration at the cost of recovery time. Penetration is important, and I think it's new, because penetration, by the way, that's one weird UI thing, is if you try and put your cursor on something, it might try and put it at the top of the screen. Take it off. Doop. It looks normal again. I'll leave it up here for you guys to read, but the idea is if your penetration value of your weapon is not higher than the armor value of your target, you're going to do a lot less damage. And I like this idea, but I feel like the minus 70% is too harsh. Well, I'm sure that they'll tweak that as they move forward. And then block is an ability to get with a shield. So we'll start with those two, and then we'll click next. You pick your portrait. Not a big deal, I guess. Let's pick. I should have just left the one that was there. That was pretty good. Where's she at? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. You can pick anything. It's kind of bugging me now. I can't find her. Well, I want like a blue one. This will work. Okay, so you have colors and face. I'm sure a lot of the stuff will get added as the beta continues. You kind of pick a different voice. So a lot of the stuff is straight from the first game. I feel like picking pose might be a little bit different. Okay, so these are kind of. This reminds me of something. I am not put my finger on it. Okay, that's fine. Average pose is good, and then you give them a name. Like Test is a good name for a character. And then you have this nice little sort of summary of all the things you picked. Health, accuracy, defense. Alright, let's just click next. And then you get this little nice note when you jump into the game. Thanks for participating, and etc., etc., level 6. Okay, so you do start with some generic characters. The beta doesn't have the companions. There's a lot of things, like I said earlier, are not actually implemented yet. So, alright, let's take a look at leveling up. By the way, here's the equipment screen. It's a little bit different here. I actually kind of like this layout. You can click your characters along here. Personal inventory. The party stash is always open. It used to be like you had to toggle it on and off. It was kind of a pain to get to. You can get to appearance and AI behavior from here, which is probably important because one thing I'm going to comment on, no slow mode currently. I think that it's being discussed in the backer forums to make a return. But one thing that does help without having a slow mode is actually picking a script for like all of your characters. At least just something so they're not just standing around in a fight, especially when there's like a lot happening. So apparently I had to click save, and I should have probably done that. Okay. Alright, well, I'm not going to play with that. Let's see here. I start with a fine saber. You just get a little bit of equipment to start the game with. Shield and saber. Looks really good. Leather armor. Which is armor 6. Crush and freeze is only 4. It's not bad. And recovery time is 25% because it's light armor. And of course, heavy armor makes a big difference now because of penetration. It's kind of a cool thing. And here you see the windmill, slash, and block abilities that I was talking about. I can actually turn this on, and if I do, then I'm blocking. And if I'm blocking, I'm swinging my weapon much slower, but I'm more likely to get no damage. Alright, let's level up quick. So here's where it gets a little sticky. I do like the ideas behind this, but I don't like that, previously you had feats and character abilities, and now you just have one thing. And how are you going to pick between, I can have my Flames of Devotion, which is a cool, powerful thing I could do in combat once in a while, or I could have a nice passive ability. You kind of have to pick. Some of these are really good though. I like Paladins. Just plus 50 in all defenses. That's pretty amazing. What's this? When suffering damage, gain a stacking bonus to your damage. That's pretty awesome too. Okay, let's just grab this. Next. And then here's the skills and the passive skills. So as I was saying, there's quite a few more of these skills in the game now. There's explosives and alchemy and arcana and metaphysics, which is actually like brand new because it's sort of like from the events of the first game coming to fruition. We're just going to put points into some stuff I already have. Put a point in stealth. One more thing that's kind of cool. Party assist. On skills, when you're making a skill check with a character, if your party members have those skills, you get a bonus. It's kind of nice. Okay, and then summary again. Now I'm at level 3, and I get access to the second tier, including Zealous Aura, which grants 3 Paladin Auras, each exclusive. Oh, that's cool. Well, obviously we'll pick that right away. Okay, and we'll put another point in. I'm not really sure, actually. Stealth. What's that? What does alchemy do? Affects use of all drugs, poisons, and antidotes. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Athletic. I haven't really read through these. Second Wind, that's from the first game. It lets you recover hit points, and having more points in it is ideal for recovering health. It would just be really good at religion, I guess, for now. Alright, next up. What do I want? What's this? Plus 20 all defense against resolve afflictions, dexterity afflictions, and might afflictions. Or Inspiring Triumph. Allied to AoE per kill. If I kill something, everybody around me gets a bonus to their defenses. It's pretty cool, actually. I'm going to grab this. Alright, I'm going to put points into athletics again, and this time metaphysics. Okay. And again, and some of these are neat, and I mean, a lot of the times this is how it worked in the first game. You just didn't see it laid out like this in this little format here. But we already have Sworn Enemy. I can pick one of two. I can't do both. I can either pick Sworn Rival, where if it's defeated, the zeal cost is refunded. That's pretty neat, actually. Or Brand Enemy. While the brand lasts, enemy will take burn damage. Wow, that seems really cool. Let's pick that. Let's do Diplomacy and more athletics. Okay, now we're level 5. I get a one, and then of course every so often you get a new weapon type. So I'm gonna pick. Let's pick a large shield and have the wall. Perfect. All right, one last level. What's this? Nearby allies receive a smaller version of the flames effect. That's pretty cool. After use, the paladin's attacks temporarily receive burn damage. That's pretty cool. Lay on hands. Oh, that's kind of nice. The tooltip reflects that I'm a shield bearer. And also I could, target receives a robust inspiration in addition to being healed. That sounds neat too. Or receives courageous inspiration. Both those sound cool. I like the icon for that. Okay, let's just take a look at what we got. That's good enough. Fine. There we go. Alright. So let's just walk around here for a little bit. Kind of want to see how these auras work. What do we got? Oh man. Zealous Endurance, Charge, Focus. Why is there a couple of these? Well, it is a beta. Right now, Zealous Focus is up, which is granting extra accuracy. That could make it so that we all have extra armor, which seems really good because of how penetration works. Could make us really hard to hurt. It's kind of neat. Alright, so let's just take a look at what we got. That's good enough. Fine. There we go. Alright, so let's just walk around here for a little bit. Kind of want to see how these auras work. What do we got? Oh man. Zealous Endurance, Charge, Focus. Why is there a couple of these? Well, it is a beta. Right now, Zealous Focus is up, which is granting extra accuracy. That could make it so that we all have extra armor, which seems really good because of how penetration works. Could make us really hard to hurt. some people have complained that when you have an active effect, those little green dots a little bit harder to see than the first game when you have like a glowing icon. And I agree with that also. Okay, so that's that. We can talk to some people here. I'm not going to read this to you, but I will let you see that we have a change in how the iconography works. Now you can see they use icons rather than just the words. So this is being shady if I do this right here. And here's a requirement not met. By the way, there's an option in the menu. I just turned it on because I wanted to see how many different cool things that are being offered. That lets you see when you don't require a meet a requirement. Here's some stoic. Let's see who's looking at. I don't have enough history to comment on this. Alright, we'll take a look at this interface here. Here's the quest interface, similar to how it looked in the first game. We can actually get on the boat and sail around. I can show you that too. Big part of the game when it comes out, I don't know how big of a part it is in the beta, is being able to sail around and like come across adventures in the sea. So kind of nice. Seems like it might be pretty fun to do. Hopefully at some point. All right, so that's kind of all there was for that. I don't know. I guess I do want to show you excuse me. I do want to show you multi-classing, but maybe what I could do. Oh, let's go through the interface menu here real quick. I like that you can change the layout. That's kind of neat. You can change it so your logs over here, characters are over here, or however you like it. Auto pause has a few extra options in it as well. The beta is in a little bit of a flux right now with quality. Although I was playing it at full screen before I recorded this, and it was very jittery. I've noticed when I'm putting in window mode is fix that weirdly. So we have auto pause, game updates, menu. So let's go to the menu and load my game. I have another character that I've got leveled up a little bit. Do I have a quick save? I'm sure I have a quick save. Okay. I just wanted to run through a fight real quick and show that off. I'm sure I can find something to kill. I mean, I do like the way... Oh, here's another thing that's kind of weird. Every time you start playing, your your custom formations are wrong. Let me fix them real quick here. I feel like that's maybe how I had it before. I can't remember for sure now. Okay. Alright, let's go into fast mode and just get to a map exit. Probably there was one over there and I forgot. Okay. Because I want to show off like how penetration works and some of the new features they have there. Okay, I haven't been here yet. They do still do these choose your own adventure things, and I do like them quite a bit. Requirement not met for Cypher. Let's investigate our surroundings and have, I don't know. Oh, this is kind of handy. They give you the skills. Excuse me. Right there. Who's got the highest perception, maybe? 11, 10. The rogue has it so far. Yeah. Success. Perception test. Oh, it was 12. See, this is all new, and I like this quite a bit. Sneak closer. And we're going to have her sneak with her stealth being very high. Thanks to party assist, she succeeded. We can ambush them, hurl with electricity, summon a drake. What? Who can do any of this stuff? I just spotted you yet. I want to summon a drake. None of my guys can actually do that. That's what I thought. Electricity? Nope, no one has any electrical effects. How about we ambush them? Okay, we're gonna ambush them. All right. I'm gonna. Where they are? Let's loot. Oh, we found them somewhere. There they are. Okay, now here's how stealth works. Now I'm in his viewing range, so he's gonna start seeing us. But you also notice that he's got an awareness ring around him. So if I'm anywhere in that ring, he'll start noticing me as well. So if I was behind him over here, he wouldn't see me. But he's going to see us, and we're just going to attack him. In the interest of showing things off, let me just show off skills. Even spells. Every ability in the game now is all just per encounter, even spells. So that means that it's good. Shoot, actually, I need to get him down here so I can see better. Okay. It's good because it's kind of cool. You can just pop your spells whenever you want. But I'm not 100% sure I like it as much as having some powerful abilities to use per rest. But they've kind of addressed that issue as well with this. Empower. You can empower an ability, and you only get 2 uses of this per rest. So if you use these all up until you camp, you won't be able to do it again. But you can actually use empower to empower an ability or recover some of your uses, some of your charges. So let's empower Thrust of Veils. Now we're going to see here the number on the top is 100% chance to hit. That's just because my character's what is Thrust of Veils going to target with? I'm going to guess like it doesn't really say, but I'm going to guess it uses some. Oh, is it here? No, piercing. So if I just normal, just do it normal. As 100% chance to hit. Penetration is 10 versus his armor of 11. I'm aware of his armor value because I've killed enough of these guys that I've filled in some of their stats. That's not going to do much damage. Again, penetration is too low. It's going to do 70% less damage. But if I empower it first, now the penetration is 12.5 to his 11. And it's going to hit and do full damage. So let's do that. Okay, now let's take a look at the log. We can actually filter for just things that that one character has done. And you'll see that his Thrust of Veil is hit for 66 damage. Twice. 72 damage. Did a lot of damage. Did half of his health. That's crazy. So he's bloodied now. And here's this cool log you can filter. Someone hit him. You see it said no penetration. That's because my priest hit him with his crossbow. And his crossbow's penetration is only 8. So he only did 7 damage, which is not much. So let's have him. Shining Beacon. What does that even do? I can't remember what that does. Foe AoE. All defenses are -10, and it burns. Let's hit him with that and see how he likes that. See, this is awful fast. Oh, I'm in fast mode. That's part of the problem. Oh, okay. See, my guys are dropping. I wasn't even paying attention. And I don't have any scripts set up or anything, so it's extra silly. That was pretty dumb. Whoa, what's this? Fine club. Okay, well, now that we're not in, we were in fast mode again. Alright, let's try not being in fast mode. I did show off what I wanted to show off, I guess, but let's see what happens here if I get out of here. Just one of them? That's all there was? Oh, okay. Probably should have explored that a little more. Alright, well, that's fine. I just wanted to show off how penetration worked. And I do hope... Oh, what are bounding boots? Can I get my inventory from here? No. I do hope that we see some tweaks to the combat speed, and especially giving us options for slow mode. I feel like even in fast mode, you could probably play a normal fight. None of my guys had scripts defined, so they weren't doing anything is the problem there. And I don't think I don't know if I have any more fights here that I know how to initiate. I haven't played too much of the game, so I'm not gonna keep playing. What we'll do is very quickly quit back out. I just want to show off multiclassing for a moment, and then we'll call it good. There's probably some concepts to the game that I'm glossing over I forgot about, but I feel like I covered most of the stuff that people have been asking about. Let's just do new game real quick. Do a multi-class guy, and then if there's any questions, I'd be happy to do a follow-up video, especially once maybe a version or 2 of the betas has been released here in a month or 2, I'm guessing. Like I said, these guys, they took a lot of feedback to heart in the last game and made an excellent game. I think that they will do the same with this beta as well. Alright. Let's just do a guy this time. Make him a dwarf because dwarves are cool. Make him a boreal dwarf. Oh, both these guys look cool. Let's go. That guy looks cool. Multi-class. All right, first class. Let's do. What would be fun? Barbarian. Barbarians have some cool abilities. I always like barbarians a lot in this game. And you can still do a subclass even. What's a berserker? Why is frenzy is confused? That seems really bad. Corpse eater, mage slayer. Cannot use potions or scrolls. Beneficial spell effects applied to mage. I don't know what that says. That seems cool though. Mage slayer. All right, we're gonna start with frenzy because I like frenzy a lot. Whoops. Yeah, frenzy's cool. Alright, now you pick your second class, and depending on what you pick, it creates a third name class, like a fanatic or a savage or a warlock. So we're a mage slayer, so I think what we could do is pick maybe a priest. That'd be kind of neat, having a barbarian who's got some priest spells. Yeah, let's do that. So here's the priest abilities right there. And we can pick a god. This is kind of neat. Fan of Flames, that seems very appropriate to my guys. Sneak Attack, Arcane Veil, Touch of Rot. Let's do that. Okay. Alright, Blessing would be a good starting power. Restore, Suppress Affliction. What's Blessing do? Oh, I like Blessing. Let's do that. And we're going to go with lots of Might. Constitution. Area effect stuff. Okay, there we go. And we'll be from here. Okay, can I do something else? More might. We'll be a explorer. Okay, and we're going to want 200 weapons. And maybe Arbicas. Okay, there you go. That's my guy. Now, he's going to level up.
I can think of a better place.
I can't pick smooth for that guy. That was crazy.
Get far like this.
Where's, like... Stoic.
Move now.
There we go. Alright, that seems good. Off we go. Let's level him up. I'll show you how multiclassing works. Okay, now, he is now a level 2 character picking an ability. But, while I can pick a couple different things, like a new spell, or a barbarian ability, I cannot pick both. What's blooded? Lash out, granting bonus damage for as long as he or she is blood. So if he's wounded, that's kind of neat. And you still only pick one thing here as well. And there you go. Now we're going to do it again. This time as a priest, level 3, I should be able to pick level 2 spells, but I cannot because I'm multi-class. So I'm always a little bit behind the curve on the next tier of abilities. But you get a lot of variety is the benefit there. So let's pick another spell. So we've got something else to pick, like healing is good. There we go. And just going to pick a few things randomly. And next. Now I can pick... Oh, what's spiritual weapon do? Summons a greatsword. Oh, that's cool. I picked greatsword. That's pretty awesome. Let's pick it. I want to pick it. Alright, and then we're going to go with... Oh, and now here at level 3, I do get to pick an ability from each side, from both sides. That's pretty cool. Full attack for barbaric blow. Let's do that. I don't need that many abilities. I'm going to be casting spells sometimes. Accurate Carnage. Why can't I pick this? Thick Skinned? Oh, I guess I can. See, some of the buttons need to be changed because they're a little hard to tell if you can actually pick things or if you already picked them or if you're ready to advance on. Okay, level 5 is going to see me have access to this protection spell. What's Fit do? Plus 5 Constitution. Oh, it gives you a bunch of health. 1 Meditation. Yeah, it's even hard to see which of these icons you're picked on. Let's pick this and dink dink next. We'll pick another weapon type like actually, you know what? I had S-Stock picked. No, I don't know why spiritual weapon picked greatsword. I like it though. I like greatswords. Okay, and this is my let's do this. Barbaric Yell is pretty good. Okay. Alright, that was it. That's all you get. So now as a barbarian, I got a couple spells, and I can also like go into a rage. So that's pretty awesome. Double clicking doesn't apparently do anything. Let's put scale armor on. There we go.
Sure.
There's my shaman. It's kind of a cool idea. I like it. I just don't know for sure like how that's gonna work, I guess. Long term. I mean, you don't want to be at the end of the game and not have like the craziest abilities for either class, but then again, you do have 5 characters in your party, so might work out pretty good to have like a cool fighter wizard somewhere in there. Okay, well, I'm gonna call it good here. I just wanted to give everybody a look at the beta, so I think on that note I'm gonna sign off, and thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to mention it in the comments or hit me up in the forums. Thanks again. Bye bye.